Hey team, today we're going to unbox the Ego 8-inch edger and give it a roll. Stay tuned. Hey guys, it's Russ. Welcome back to Lawn Journeys. I've been touting this for the last couple weeks. I've had this 8-inch Ego trimmer and it's time to get it unboxed. I just haven't had time to get around to it, so I'm going to open it up today. We're going to review it. I have the battery charging right now. I currently have a Ego blower that I'm going to do a review on another day coming up, but I got to get some edging done again today, so I figured today's a good day to get this thing out and share my experience with it and my journey. If you guys haven't done it, you know what to do. Subscribe. When I roll some new videos out, you'll get notified. That'd be great. I'd appreciate it. I follow a lot of you guys, and it's interesting to see what everybody's doing. So enough of that. Let's get on with this. We're going to open this thing up. We're going to see what's inside, and let's get this review underway. Right. This is the 56 volt arc lithium Ego power multi-head tool. I purchased it with the 8-inch edger with the guide wheel. Like I've said a couple weeks ago, I used my MTD gas edger to get my initial cut in. That thing is a beast, but I just thought this would be more practical to use on a weekly basis as I'm cutting, and also to do the outer curb along the street. I can't get that big edger down there without dropping it off the curb. I've used my string trimmer to do both the inner and outer sidewalk, curb, grass line. I've gotten pretty good with the string trimmer, but sometimes a sleight of hand, I'll hack a big chunk of my turf out, and I'm a little leery to continue to use that. Plus, I bought this Ego blower, cordless blower that uses the same battery that this uses last year, and I love it. So I said, you know what? Let's just stay with the Ego products, share the battery. So let's get in here. This thing's all packed up. It has a brushless motor. Everything's packed up really nice. Look at that. Ego looking pretty sweet. So let's get the parts out. Here's the power unit. I'm hoping I can get this all on camera. It's 2-speed control. 1 and 2, so it has a low and a high speed. It's a dual trigger system for safety. You have to pull both in, so it's ambidextrous no matter what hand you use. The battery is going to pop in here. It's currently charging right now, and like I said, it's a battery that I share with my cordless blower, which we're going to talk about on another day. This is the multi-head unit. Okay, so there are other heads available, so that's pretty cool. All right, so what I bought is the 8-inch trimmer, and as you can see, let me get this plastic off. Don't want to lose anything here. It comes with the 8-inch blade. It has a cotter pin here that can be removed, and this bolt turns the reverse direction of what you normally would. So lefty-loosey. In this case, it's going to be lefty-tighty. Righty's going to be loosey. It spins. It has a wheel. It's easily adjustable with this lock and unlock mechanism. So when I get this down on the curb, it has a nice guide based on this guideline here that's on this housing. This appears to be some kind of cast metal. It's not steel. Looks pretty hardy. All right, let's see what else we have in the box here. We have the handle, small toolkit. There we go. We have a wrench. No doubt this is used when I'm ready to change the blade. Of course, I have a socket set. We have the Allen wrench here to secure the handle to the tool. First thing we're going to do is we're going to put the adjustable handle on the power tool shaft. So in order to do that, it looks like I need to back out 4 bolts with my Allen wrench. So let's get that going. Okay, guys. So you put the handle on. It has 4 bolts. There's a nut that's in the bottom piece of the bracket here. When I started putting the first one in, I knocked one out. I'm on a table here that has holes in it, so I cringed for a minute. I'm glad that there's bolts there and it just doesn't screw into the plastic assembly, so that's nice. I positioned the handle pretty much the same way it was displayed on the box, about 1.5 inches above this black label. And I know it's really a user preference, and I'm not going to really know where I want to keep it until I actually get out there and use the tool. But let's put it on securely because I don't want to lose the nuts or the bolts. Okay, so the last piece is to attach the edger attachment to the power head unit, and essentially it snaps right in. There's a shaft in here that spins, obviously, and it goes onto the attachment that you're hooking in. It's going to snap right in. To get it off, you would loosen this clamp, push down on this button right here to remove it. There are other tools available, so maybe I'll add to what's available at some point. Okay, so that's put in up to the arrow. I just heard this click. Get it to click again. Gonna tighten this up. So we're fully assembled. We're gonna go over each part of this. I'm gonna demonstrate it, and let's get cracking. Okay, we're gonna review this unit from the top down. Again, I have not inserted the battery yet. We're gonna cover that before we fire it up. This is the power head unit. We have an air outlet. This is the air inlet. Obviously there's a electric motor in here. You also need to cool the battery as it's running. This is the rear handle assembly right here. There is a trigger and a lock off button. So you're going to pull the trigger. You can take your thumb off of the lock button at that point, and when you let go, it'll shut down. There's 2 speeds available. There's a low and a high speed. It's a simple switch, 1 and 2. I think I'll start on 1 when I start using this today. Okay. This is the adjustable front assist handle. Again, I'm going to move it up and down the shaft so it's in a comfortable position. This is the coupler where you're going to attach your power head unit. It has a shaft release button and a wing nut. I'm sorry, it's called a wing knob. Again, that's keep it secure. Okay, working our way down the unit, we have the edger shaft. We have a guide wheel with a depth adjusting knob. I'll show you how that works in a minute. The blade guard, and of course the blade. I think you guys can see this here. We have the knob. This is upside down on this side that will unlock this and allow the wheel to travel up and down the slot. That is used to adjust the depth of the cutter. And again, where am I going to start? It's kind of arbitrary. I'll figure it out. This is a protective shield. Looks pretty solid. I like the device. The only other part I didn't show yet is there is a small gear case right here for this tool. With the wrench, there's a special fitting right here that opens that crankcase up. The recommendation is after 50 hours of use, you should inspect it, and if it's not 3/4 filled, it should be filled with grease to the 3/4 level. So 50 hours. I mean, if I cut my lawn once a week for 6 months, I still don't think I'm going to ring up 50 hours of use on this. It'll just be one of my spring maintenance jobs to check the oil. Okay, guys. So I put the battery on the charger approximately an hour ago. It had maybe 20% charge. As soon as I put it on, the fan on the charging unit started. This is a 56-volt lithium battery. After it shut down and the charging was complete, I noticed that the fan did run for a little while. It cooled the battery. Now it's totally shut down. In order to check to see what the charge is, there is a button right here that I'm going to push. And as you can see, I'm fully charged. Sweet. I had this on my Ego blower right out of the box, and I probably used it for maybe, 3 weeks of cuttings before I even thought about charging the battery. And that was when the battery came out of the box. It was almost fully charged, I believe, if I recall. We're going to talk about the Ego blower in another episode. So I'm going to pull this battery, we're going to get it on the edger, and we're going to give it a run. Easy installation, slides right in, down the slot, click, battery test, fully charged. To disengage the battery, just click this button, comes right off. This battery can be used on all the other Ego products. Like I said, I have the blower. I have a friend who has the Ego mower. He loves it. I'm not ready to go to that extent yet. I think I have a little bit more to cut. But who's to say in the future? All right, so this is it. Let's fire it up and see how loud this thing is. And let's watch this blade spin. This is on low. Very nice. That's low speed. High speed. It's pretty light, pretty nimble. I'd say it's probably close to maybe 25 pounds with the battery on it. But again, I'm going to be operating this, pushing along the curb. Okay, it did a stellar job. I love it. Much better than string trimmer. Nice and clean. You can see the curb line looking good. I would have hacked the heck out of that with my string trimmer. Very nice. Got to do a little more blowing at the sidewalk. Got some weeds I'll be working on. Definitely a very nice line getting down there. Still got a little cleanup to do here, but overall, I'm sold. All right, team. I'm sold. Ego 8-inch edge power trimmer is a winner. I may get the strap. It's a little bit heavy, not it's just like a little, I think I just got to get used to it, maybe rolling the wheel on the curb. And, you know, I think maybe I was trying to hold it up too much and I don't need to. It's a finesse thing. I just need to get used to the tool. So I'm not sure if I need the strap. They sell a strap. I believe it's like $20. I took the battery off because I used my blower to blow the sidewalk off. I showed you the results. And I'm going to talk about the blower later. But anyway, again, 56 volt battery. You have your lock and your start. You have your 2-speed control, your handle. This is the where you connect your other tools. Easy to pull apart. Snaps right in. Tighten that up. We have the lock and unlock button for the wheel, which adjusts the ride height. We have the Ego blade. Comes with an extra cotter pin and a tool if you don't have a set of sockets to get this off. I'm sure most people do. Again, you can see how deep I was cutting with this blade. I could probably adjust it a little bit more so I don't chew it up. I don't like to go too deep. I think it's a way of introducing weeds. But anyway, it left a nice clean line. Very happy with the purchase. I would recommend it. I'll probably get some other Ego tools. Oh, and by the way, I probably did, I would say I did about 300 to 350 feet of sidewalk. I'd have to measure it. That includes both sides and the outer curb. I also then had my blower out, and I still had, I'd say, about 25 to 30% of the battery left. So I think if you were going to run these tools with the Ego lawnmower, you would definitely need an extra battery because you want to be able to get all your stuff done. I know me, I'm a little bit overkill. I'd probably end up with 3 batteries. At some point, I guess if for every battery you buy, I would not necessarily buy a charger with it, but I would probably have 2 chargers. So I could have 2 charging at once to get things started, get out there, get my stuff moving, maybe throw the 3rd battery on. Again, that's only if you're going to be using the Ego lawnmower, which I'm not. I enjoy my Toro gas-fired mowers. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to be doing a couple other things. Keep checking back on the channel. Subscribe if you haven't. Like I said, I'm enjoying following other YouTubers, and I invite you to follow me. And leave some comments. Let me know if you're using this tool. Let me know if you have any questions about it. I'll, throw another video out. We'll answer questions. If anybody needs a closer look at the tool, certain components of it, I'd be sure to be happy to share it with you guys. So, as I always say, get out there, get it done. It's a beautiful weekend. We can't go anywhere, so you may as well get your stuff rocking and rolling. I'm going to be also